The idea of a digital lab has been around at Johnson & Johnson for several years and had been attempted before at several different locations. Each time when these labs started, there was a lot of enthusiasm, but what we found is that over the course of a few months, they typically died out and really weren't used for their original purpose. Back in December of 2009, when we got the space that became the current creative lab that we're using here at Global Services on behalf of all of Johnson & Johnson, the idea was to make this a living space. It was going to be a space that we could showcase our talents to the entire Johnson & Johnson community, and that space would reflect our ability. Over time, we wanted that space to evolve, just as our capabilities have evolved. And that's what brought us to the next iteration of the Creative Lab and the expansion into a two-floor space, the digital space, which is sitting on the second floor, and the Creative Lab, which still remains on the first floor. We wanted a space that we could truly bring people together to collaborate, show our evolving techniques, and be on the forefront of the digital space for the One IT supporting all of Johnson & Johnson.
The whole idea for this space came from a team-inspired vision. The team pitched in with their different ideas surrounding innovation, teamwork, and collaboration. We went through 2 iterations of the design and came up with one solution combining elements of both.
Collaborating and coming up with the floor plan was just the first hurdle in the development of the digital space. In order to hit all our deadlines, the team had to first hit 4 key milestones. First, we had to ensure that the scope and financial requests were approved by all involved parties. Second, we had to work on relocating personnel out of the digital space and into new desks within the IT Raritan campus. Third, we had to meet all construction deadlines before year end of 2010, allowing the team to move into the digital space at the beginning of 2011. The last piece of the vision included the loft, which not only had to undergo Johnson & Johnson approval, but the team had to work with the City of Raritan in order to receive a permit.
The space gives us a sense of community. Not only are we all together, but it reminds us of our commitment and responsibility to the community itself. J&J's core values of the Credo are woven into our conference room. Each one of the rooms has a different theme based on one of the paragraphs of the Credo. We have our patients room that shows different products from different sectors around J&J. We have our employee room. We also have our community room, showcasing some of the community service events that we are a part of, such as Coaches vs. Cancer and Habitat for Humanity. And we have our shareholder room to constantly remind us of what's going on with J&J, current events, J&J stock price, and more.
So we're all really excited about our new space, and it's been a culmination of a 2-year journey. If we look at the loft here, this is our latest addition. And as we look back upon the lab, this is where it all started, in the Raritan lab. And as we come up into the loft, we get a sense of a real agency feel, and that was our inspiration. Providing an environment that people are going to have a lot of fun to work in, they were going to be inspired to work in, and most importantly, it was going to drive collaboration as part of the team and innovation. So as we come from this space and transition up onto the loft here, we walk over into our new space about where the team is working. So let's take a look at that space. As we look in the new space, you can see we have various work areas, including this space here for open space collaboration. Walking into the main area, what we did was take down the old cubicles and did a redesign. The beauty of this is our IT LDPs came up with the design, and they even managed the program for us. And as you look at the space, it's obviously very open. It fosters teamwork and collaboration. We have our key partners in this space with us, working with the J&J Associates as one team representing GS. If you look at the meeting rooms, you can see all glass, very open. We have mediascape rooms in here as well. So it really brings an agency feel to what we do.
In the end, by establishing these labs, we are hoping to create a culture of innovation and creativity at Johnson & Johnson, as well as making sure that our capabilities are on the leading edge of the digital initiative. What we see is a future where people look to Johnson & Johnson as leaders not only in the healthcare field, but in delivering through digital capabilities. What we've seen to date is that the concept of the lab has spread beyond what started in New Jersey. We now have locations in the United Kingdom, in Belgium, and Singapore. And later in 2011, we'll be opening up a creative lab as well in Sao Paulo, Brazil. This is helping foster that environment of creativity, that environment of innovation, making it that culture of which everyone at Johnson & Johnson can be proud.